Okay, so we're going to do our new moon ritual. Let me come down there and we can have a little look. The cat's coming in. She's like, it's time to do spell workings. There we are. Hello. Hello, everyone. We'll get there in the end. How many cameras would you like? 3 of them, 5, all of them. I've got cameras everywhere. Okay, so we're going to do our magical working. This is a working with the full moon in Aquarius, which is coming to its full kind of summation on the Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesday night, which is the 1st of August actually. So we're starting the new month on the 1st of August with what is called a sturgeon moon, which is when the sturgeons lay their eggs, which is why it's called that. And this is a beautiful moon in Aquarius. Now, the moon in Aquarius, Aquarius is a beautiful sign. I'm an Aquarius, I'm a little bit biased, but it is known as the sign of humanity. It does want to see change for the greater good, but also Aquarius is an opportunity to embrace your whole self, your quirks and all, to really truly and truly be yourself authentically, okay? Whilst encouraging yourself to kind of be powerful change for the world as well. So this intense full moon that we're about to have at the beginning of August is an opportunity to think about maybe some of the lessons that you have had over the last last few months, even just the last month that we've been working with the moon weekly, and think about some of the the challenges that you may have overcome, some of the things that you may be excited for, and to make some time to really kind of utilize that energy to ask for something special to come in for you. Now, the full moon is a time to kind of let go of something. So as the full moon comes to its full self, its full embodiment, it wanes, it waxes, and it comes to the full size, and then it wanes to the last quarter, and then back to the new moon again. And full moons are a chance for you to think about what it is that you would like to let go of, okay? And so today we're going to be thinking about a spell of something that we would like to let go of. And we also have like the moon in, the sun, in Leo at the moment. So this is also a time to really encourage you to be, to be expressive, to be your unique self. Leo is a very big energy. So we've got some really beautiful energies at the moment between the sun and the moon. Now this full moon ritual, I'd like you to think about something that you would like to let go of, okay? Something, it could be, and with Aquarius, this is a very intellectual sign. So this could be, something that you think about, something that is rooted within your thoughts, something that you need to let go of in regards to communication, intellect, thinking patterns. Those kind of things are very, very good for Aquarius. So it may be that you want to release, a limiting belief about yourself, which I'm going to use, something that you maybe release an old behavior, an old habit. So we're going to think about letting go of something. We're going to close this practice with something more kind of like positive. So you kind of want to think about some words about what you want to let go of. So it could be that, that you put other people in before you. So you'd like to kind of put yourself first. So you might say, I want to let go of people pleasing, might be the thing that you're letting go of. And then the thing that you're bringing in is, I put myself first. Okay. So this is something to kind of think about. And we're going to use the mantra of, I'm ready to let go of, I am free to move forward. Okay. And we're going to think about where you want to move forward to. So I am ready to let go of people pleasing. I am free to move forward to putting myself first. Okay. So we're going to use candle magic for this spell, and the specific color can represent their magical meaning. So red could represent love, white could represent bringing in peace into your life, pink represents romance, green is financial abundance, blue is wisdom and communication, black represents protection, yellow represents joy, orange is ambition and luck, and white candles can be substituted for any color if you don't have, if you don't have any of those color candles, because obviously white is representation of all of the colors. And you're going to think about using an intention here. You're going to use some incense if you would like to. We're going to draw in some kind of the other elements within this working with the fire, and we've also got some water here. And you're going to take some time to focus on your magical working. You'll notice that I use very small candles here. I use birthday candles because I don't want to sit for hours doing my workings. If you can see my little yellow candle just over here, which I've got in a heat-proof dish. And of course, please be very safe with the workings that you are doing, okay? If you've got big candles and you can't, leave them burning, don't leave them on their own, in a room. Please be very careful about what you're doing. And if you do need to snuff something out, please snuff it out. Please don't blow on it because the elemental spirits don't like to be blown upon, okay? It's a bit rude to blow in somebody's face, as it were. So let's get started. You'll notice I've got my Ganesh in the middle, as I always do. I'm going to light my incense stick. My incense, I've got some Ganesh protection incense. She says if her lighter will work. Oh, good God, did you see that? She turned that up a little bit too far. It was going to turn into a flamethrower. So I've just got a charcoal block here. If you haven't seen this before, this is a charcoal block, and these are very, very good for incense. I'm just going to light this. Please be careful with these if you are using them, because they can spit, as you can see. Make sure that you've always got this in a heat-proof dish, and you're very careful about anything that you're using with fire or anything. If you haven't got any incense or anything like that, please don't worry. Again, it's about drawing in the power that we have. And these charcoal blocks are great for herbs, and I've got a nice little blend here from Star Child, which is a natural incense, and they have like some herbs and some resins and things in there. And again, you can buy resins. One of the mainstays that I would just recommend if you've got would be just a frankincense and myrrh resin. And resins look like little crystalline kind of pieces of things, if you can see that. It's like a little piece of resin that comes out of a tree, like tree sap, and it's solidified. So here within my mixture, you can see I've got all sorts of little herbs and flowers and resins and things there that are just kind of good. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my charcoal block, and you'll begin to see that will start to smoke in a second. Once it... be careful with that because it can be really smoky, and if you have got a fire thingy, it will set your fire alarm off. So just be warned if you've got a very sensitive fire thing. And remember, as we've talked about, everything is intention, okay? We're bringing in our intentions. Now, hopefully you've got your grimoire with you, or your book of spells, or your book of shadows, whatever you would like to call it. It's all the same thing. It's just a notebook where you put your workings. I would like you to put in your notebook your intention. Now, I'm working with an orange candle here. Whatever candle you're working with, I'd like to work with ambition and luck here, okay? And in your magical book, I'm going to write the date because it's good to do that. So the 30th of, I can't believe it's almost August. Where the hell's this year gone? And then I'm going to put full moon spell, and I'm going to put that it's in Aquarius. And then I'm going to put that I am doing a letting go spell. Okay, and when you put this detail within your workings, it will give you more information about kind of what's, it'll help you as you go forward with your workings to see what's worked and what hasn't worked. So, lovely, my incense is going, that smells delicious. Okay? And then I'd like you to take a moment to set your intentions about what it is that you would like to let go of, okay? And we're going to write down in our grimoire what we're going to let go of, and then you need another piece of paper that we're going to set fire to, okay? So the first thing that I would like you to think about is what it is that you're letting go of. And if you remember, the mantra that we were using is, I am ready to let go of, and then insert your thing that you're letting go of. And then I am free to move forward to, and then you're going to write down what it is that you're free to move forward to. So for instance, you may, like I said, you may write down, I am ready to let go of people pleasing. I am free to move forward to self-love, or loving myself, however you like to write it down, whatever resonates with you. So have a think for a second about what your intention is, and write it first in your grimoire. Make sure you've got the wording very right, because again, you get what you asked for, not necessarily what you want. So please be very careful with your wording in magical workings, because you'll get what you've asked for. So like I said as the example in the first one, if you just say, I want lots of money, you might get money through somebody dying, and then you get money, but it's not really how you want it. So be very clear about how you want things to come in, okay? And we always use that and harm it none kind of caveat when we're dealing with magic here, to make sure that nobody's harmed in our processes accidentally. So think about what it is that you're letting go of. In regards to the correspondence of your candle. And then you may want to get another piece of paper from wherever. I'm just going to rip out a piece from my book because that's the way I am. And you're going to pop your intention. Once you're very clear about what your intention is, and you feel like that's safe and that's not going to cause me any problems, you can write your intention down. And I'm going to finish my mantra with, and harm it none, okay? To make sure that things that are coming in are of good fruition. And then you might want to sit for a second and just, meditate on what that may look like. So for instance, if you're letting go of fear, you may see yourself, being happy and confident going forward. However this is going to manifest for you, it could be that if you're working with romance, you may see yourself in a relationship with somebody. If you see yourself, you're working with financial abundance and you're letting go of kind of, lack, you may see yourself going out shopping with lots of money and doing lots of things. And then we're going to fold our piece of paper towards ourselves. So we're going to fold it like that towards ourselves into thirds, not 3/4, into thirds. So I'm going to fold one piece towards myself, and then I'm going to bring it and I'm going to fold the second part towards myself. Okay? When we're bringing something in, we want to bring it towards ourselves. This one we're letting go of something, but we're bringing in something. So we're gonna bring it in towards ourselves. If you're doing a banishing to get rid of something completely, push it away from yourself. So you would fold the piece of paper outwards. Okay. Let's just see how everybody's doing. Lovely. So just into thirds. If you've done it wrong, don't worry about it. It's not a huge deal. Again, magic is about intention. Okay. Then we're going to take a little second and we're going to focus our intention over onto our altars. And I'm going to begin the ritual, so I'm going to clap, so this is going to be a little bit noisy, so just be aware that if you've got headphones on, that they're very turned up loud. And I'm going to say, Ekas, Ekas, Este Babaloi. And if you'd like to clap 3 times in your space, just to remove anything that is negative from your space. I'd like to take a second to call in the elements of earth, air, water, and fire. Into this space, I call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel, and I call in the highest of high, Jehovah, into this space to help us and those watching either the replay or live, to help these workings on this beautiful Aquarius moon coming up in a couple of days, to utilize this energy a little bit early of the goddess Diana. I call you in to help with this working, and I ask you very gratefully, very humbly to help those with the workings that they have written for themselves. And may I put in a protection for these new witches, for these new followers, these neophytes of this pathway. God, if their intentions, if their ambitions are of any harm to themselves or to others, please, 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 please do not allow these spells to work if these are of any intention or any harm to anybody that is doing these intentions. Please just nullify anything that may be of negativity upon those that are around them or those that are crafting the spell, and show them grace. Show them grace, please God, for their new workings. And harm it none is one of the caveats that we wish to put in, please God. I'd like you to take a deep breath, guys. I'd like you to take a second just to focus your energy on the intention of your working, about that which you are releasing and that which you are bringing in. I apologise if you can hear the music in the background. We've got a little market going on outside my window, which I'm loving, but it's a bit noisy. A bit of Rolling Stones. Is it Rolling Stones? Hopefully. So we're going to take some deep breaths and we're going to center ourselves. This is a not today Satan moment, as they're trying to distract me here from my own workings. Okay, so what is it that you're bringing in? What is it that you're letting go of? Imagine yourself letting go of those obstacles in your life, letting go of the things in your life that hold you back, whether it's within romance, whether it's within love, whether it's within relationships or finance, whatever it is. Imagine yourself literally letting go of these problems and bringing into your universe, into your realm, the happiness of and the freedom that will be applied to you when you release these limiting beliefs from yourself, these limiting aspects of your life. Now I'd like you to take a second to take your lighter, and I'd like you to thank the element of fire for being part of your working. I'd like you to light your candle. Right, so take a second just to focus your energy on that candle, and remember how the candle responds to you can be good signs of your working. If you have a very sparky candle, if you have one that has a strong flame, mine's beginning to spark as I just say that. Thank you, element of fire. It's just confirming for me. And then please be very careful at this point. I would like you to take your intention and I'd like you to set fire to it. And if you need to do this at a later date, or you need to go somewhere safer to do this because you're in a room that's not safe to do this, then you can do this. You know, if you've got a fire hearth, do it in the fire hearth. If you've got a cauldron, do it in your cauldron. Wherever you're doing it, make sure that you have a fire safe dish to use to put the ashes into. Okay, and we're going to set fire to this. And as I set fire to this and use the element of fire to release this outcome, I ask the element of fire to remove to remove from our lives that which does not serve us. And you can just put that in your fireproof dish and just be careful with that as it smokes down to the smaller part. Obviously be very careful, use a pair of tweezers if you're not very good around fire. I've been working with the element of fire for a very long time, so I feel rather safe dealing with it. And I'm just going to allow that to smoke down to ashes. And you can see that it's completely crumbled and completely gone. And as I see those ashes moving, I'm going to imagine that that has removed from my life that which does not serve me, those limiting beliefs. You can just take a second to focus your intent on the ashes. Feel that subsiding from your life. Those difficulties that you wrote down, allow it to remove itself from your life. And then I'd like you to be very grateful for what has happened. And we can put this water out on the full moon if you would like to. You can use it as moon water. If you would like to drink it at this point to infuse yourself with that energy, it's entirely up to you. Feel what works within your spell. You may want to pour it on some plants in your house. You tell me, you follow within your own working what works for you at this point. We're going to allow our candles to burn out, which is why I use a small one. And again, if you've used a big one, then you may want to just, you can even douse it in the water if you would like to do that. And then we're going to do something with these ashes. If you would like something to be of longevity, you may want to bury them in the earth. I like to throw mine outside the window and allow the ether to take it away, and let those words go through the wind, as it were. And remember that we're giving the intention that this has worked. And then we can use our water for something like a pot plant or something to allow that to go. And then recognise that from this ritual we are now free to move on from that which causes us problems. We're going to close our circle and we're going to thank the spirits that have come in with this working. I thank everyone that came into this working within my home and within the homes of those watching live, and for those watching on the replay. I thank you for the protection of the archangels, from the protection of the highest of the high. I thank Goddess Diana for allowing us to use her energy within these workings to help us within our physical lives. If you could take a second to thank those within your own areas, guys. And then you can close your space. You can throw your ashes either into a pot plant outside. You can throw it into the river. You can throw it outside into the air. You allow your candle to burn down. Water your plants, or get rid of the water in the same way that you would with the ashes. And then we just wait and we watch. And as the full moon comes round on Tuesday, you may want to thank her again. If you remember, you can bask in the glory of her full beauty. And the spell will be cast as it is cast, as it is done, and hopefully between now and the final moon, the new moon, as we move forward, you'll hopefully begin to see that you're working as let go, and that you are letting go of that which you've asked to be removed. So thank you very much for being here, and I'll speak to you soon.